Hey, what is up? We are back. Sorry about that. We had some things come up. Uh, I'm sure some of you will be back, some of you won't. Once again, I apologize, but we are here and not sure what we want. What does the chat want to draft? Do we want to draft these minis? Do we want to draft the underdog divisional round or the whales? Some of these second chance best ball. It looks like the mitten's going to probably fill, or I think all the mittens filled. So there's that. Haven't even looked over on DraftKings yet, so I have no idea what's going on there. Drafters mini. Once that fills, we will do that. That's kind of what I want to draft anyway. So yeah, I was planning on doing like 7 to 10 of these mini royales. I did 2 of them earlier, and I ended up with 2 Chiron teams, which is wild because I don't have very many Chiron teams at all. By the way, Drafters does have this promo going on right now, and we're joining this. So the promo is Bills versus Broncos, Niners versus Seahawks. The player who had the longest TD rush or receiving, and the total amount of the yards on the TD in today's games. You win bonus pick'ems if you get it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. To do this, 1 guess per person, predictions lock, winning ticket, and the way you do these is you just reply. Oops, sorry. The way you do this is we just reply here, leaving a comment, and my comment, longest touchdown today, RJ Harvey, 47 yards is what we will say. That is not what I did for my King of the End Zone bet because I did defense. All right, we got Pepper Tony at the 103. I got the 105. I'm sure you're the only person who guessed somebody at 69 yards. Pepper Tony, you're probably the single person who guessed 69 yards to be the answer there. Do work, son, here at the 10. And by the way, I woke up like on the verge of being sick today. So that is not great. Like I've been sneezing all day. Let me know if the background music is the right, like I have it, I think where I usually have it. But let me know if it's too loud or if it's not loud enough. We're going to take a rare Josh Allen team. I don't do Josh Allen very often. I don't take him above CMC. So I don't get too much of him. You haven't done or thought about this contest at all? Yeah, this is your first one. I don't think, like, I'll be okay getting to like 30 of them. So we end up with, what do we want? We will we'll pull Kenneth Walker up the board. This is a playoff best ball over here at Raptors. Thank you, sir. I try to put it lower a lower sound. It doesn't remember what level I had the sound at. Most people, like, whenever they have their intro videos and stuff, they have them way, way loud. I don't. I'm hoping that I can figure out how to not do that. I like to listen to a stream at a certain volume, and I literally mute people's streams whenever they have videos that play at like 2 times the loudness. I'll sometimes just leave the stream. It bothers me personally. Like, I have a listening area. Like, I have a listening volume. That's my listening volume. I don't want you to max. It's like whenever you download a video game and every sound they have all the way to the max, way higher than everything else. Why? Why does it need to be 10 times louder than everything else? It doesn't need to be. I don't understand. All right, so we do get Shakir back. That feels pretty good. Like, Shakir is a nice one-off piece, so he doesn't always make it back. We're gonna take DeAndre Swift here, though. I'm gonna build out the Bears Bills Super Bowl, and we're gonna build it with this Swift. Probably take Monangai later as well. If the Bills do play the Bears in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna guess it's a pretty big Bears rushing day. And that Josh Allen has an absolute monster game. I'm still kind of in on the Broncos. Like, if anybody but Josh Allen was the quarterback for the Bills, like if it was Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Bills, nobody would be taking the Broncos. Nobody at all would be taking the Broncos. Don't review my team, says Pepper Tony. Got the first request review in the chat for the day, and it's please don't look at this. Please don't even remember I'm in your draft, sir. Don't even. Pepper Tony, that is fantastic. That kind of makes my day. Hearing that, pretty good stuff. By the way, I was reading up on stuff as I loaded this stream back up. Ed Oliver will play, but he's going to be limited today. So if that affects your decisions on RJ Harvey at all, and in my opinion, it absolutely should. That is some news to note. And also, it came out, and maybe I'm just late to the party here. I guess Drew Lock has been taking first team reps all week. Sam Darnold hasn't thrown the ball for 2 days. Like, he's expecting to play, but he's not thrown the guy in 2 days. The guy next to your team needs Monangai. The Ram faithful? Oh, yeah, he does, for sure. Absolutely. That's a good shout out. I was probably looking that way anyway. I mean, Shaheed would be a really good pick here as well. But yeah, we're going to take Monangai there. I mean, I wanted to do that, and now he's going to hate. Like, he took Barner there. Not sure why. So we will take. I don't want Keon. I guess I take Keon, right? Like, I don't want Keon. I'm taking Jaden Higgins. Screw it. We're going to take 5 receivers here. I don't like any of the Bills. So Keon makes it back. Great. If Keon doesn't make it back, great. Um, this could also be, I guess that can't be a Cooper Cup team. So we'll take one of those two, and then we will take a random guy at the end. And Zacchaeus feels like an okay guy to have. Yeah, no, I wanted both Bears running backs on this team. So, yeah, he needs something. Yeah, Arroyo is also a fine dart in these as well. So we will take Curtis Samuel here. I don't really love the Zacchaeus pick. We're not going to take Zacchaeus, actually. We're going to take an advanced rate piece here. We'll take D-Rob. Why not? So the team, we have Josh Allen with Shakir, Samuel, and Kincaid. And then we have Kenneth Walker, Monangai, Swift, and then DJ Moore, Jaden Higgins, D-Rob. So it has to be a Bears-Bills Super Bowl. That's fine. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Speaking of that, we're not gonna review Peppertoni's team, but I'll show you my whenever it lets me log in finally over here on DraftKings. Lineups. My captain, my showdown for tonight is Kenneth Walker captain, CMC, Purdy, Charbonnet, Tunjas, and Juszczyk. We're just full in on that being the script. Just fully in on that. My one for the early game is Bo Nix captain, James Cook, RJ, and then it's all Broncos minus James Cook. And I think this is perfectly fine. I think if Pat Bryant and Harvey get there, it's like Bo Nix is probably optimal captain. I really do like Broncos defense with the kicker as well. This is a low-scoring game where the Broncos win by 7. Cook, like, I do think that it's probably optimal here to actually switch these two and to go James Cook captain and then Bo Nix is probably the right call. This is probably more likely to happen. Actually, I should probably do that. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. I'll swap back and forth. I'm not sure which one I want to do. You know what? We're gonna go back to my original thought. We're just gonna go. Like, I only do the one, but this is what we're gonna go with. Looking at the Saturday slate, I did 2 of them. Which one's the one? This is the one I got a little wild with. I got CMC, James Cook, JSN, and RJ Harvey. I moved down to Dawson Knox. I double stacked Bo Nix with Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, and I took the Broncos defense. So I have 4 Broncos plus Bo Nix. And then I have the 3 biggest plays on the slate as well. And I think that Dawson Knox is a really, really good play, especially opposite of the Broncos being at 3,300. If you look at the tight end prices, I like Tonjes more overall, but I couldn't get there with this lineup. So I had to go to Knox because I'm remaining salary 0. I would prefer Tonjes. The problem is that all of these plays down here, like I could do Samuel plus Tonjes, or I could go with Mims and lock in that. And I went ahead and went with the Mims plus Knox versus Tonjes plus Curtis Samuel. I do think that in a vacuum, Tonjes Samuel is the best play. But I also think this will be lower owned. And this is leading up to the whole Dalton Kincaid is still hurt narrative. All right, so we're going to jump in another one of these playoff best ball drafts. There are 3 spots left, or 1 spot left. So hope you can jump in if you would like. We got Lutz at the 105. I got the 104. Horseface Killers here at the 101. No say ball. No see ball. I'm going to say that's no see ball. No see ball. Yeah. That is what that is. So Captain Kincaid, Captain, Cook, Prater, Harvey, Nix, and Bryant. Yeah, I like that. That sounds fun too. I just get this feeling that the home field advantage in Denver is being underrated. And if RJ Harvey is going to be, or if Ed Oliver is going to be limited, that is huge for RJ Harvey. I'm going to look at my exposures real quick over here on Underdog. I've done 70 drafts exactly, and I have 24% RJ Harvey. That's almost exactly where I want to be. 22% Christian McCaffrey. JSN at 10. Literally, my exposures are almost exactly what I was hoping they would be. Absolutely, CMC. Even if this is just an advanced rate piece, like I think you just take CMC. Even if they lose, he could put up 30 points, and it could be somebody you need. If all the other running backs suck, and we get some wide receiver production later in the draft that rival JSN, Puka, and Adams, especially if the Rams lose today, JSN could dud a little bit, CMC smash, and what you need is CMC in round 1 because JSN does nothing in round 2 versus the Bears, which is like the least likely scenario I can imagine. Yeah, we'll take Drake May. I like some Drake May. Let's do the Ducks. Feeding the Ducks. The staple of YouTube. So we got CMC at the 104 and Drake May here. Hopefully we can build this out in a reasonable way, but Steph Diggs and Stevenson go at the 101. It never feels great when Steph Diggs goes early and you're in on Drake May. So we're gonna pull up the Bears. I'm gonna make this a New England Bears Super Bowl. Where did I end up on Diggs? I got the 14% Diggs. I'm very heavy on DJ Moore, Luther Burden, and I got 21% Juwan Jennings. And with that Jennings, like I don't expect Jennings to get 20 points. I'm expecting him to get like 16, 17 points. Like on a like if he gets a touchdown, it's like 60 yards and a touchdown, 4 receptions or something. That would be kind of what I would assume. I'm really glad that the Rams game is the final game, because that's the game I'm hugely invested in, and it feels a lot better to sweat for things to happen opposed to anti-sweating things happen. I've never been in a week where I'm rooting 4 points at the end of the slate and it work out. I've only been in the anti. Yeah, like over on Underdog, 28% Loveland, 27% DJ Moore, 24% Caleb, 24% Burden, 24% DeAndre Swift, only 1.4% Manut guy. That could be a mistake, but I don't think it is. We're about to see. I'll tell you that. We're gonna find out. We're going to go ahead and just take Caleb here. And if we get Luther or DJ Moore, either one of them's fine. 41% Swift. Nice. Like, I don't have a lot of... I'm 10% James Cook, 10% Kyron, 11% Ramondre. Only 5% Travion and Woody. I'm very heavy on... like 18% Sharps, 25% Walker. Like if we look over here, these are my running back exposures. I'm definitely like I'm hard, and I said at the beginning of the week, I'm Harvey over James Cook, like just straight up. So and the Ed Oliver news was starting to scare me a little bit, and hearing that he's going to be limited is huge positive news for me. Like just the biggest news, the hugest news I could have possibly got. So the beauty of taking Loveland is you know for a fact in these 10 round pods that's all you need. All you need is the one tight end. How we doing, Victor? Welcome in. Thanks for popping in to my second stream since I had to leave for a minute. I was thinking about doing the quarterback sneak this week, and I decided against it. My exposures are pretty much what I feel already. So, and if I'm right, I'm probably going to win some money somewhere anyway. And if I'm wrong, there's no reason to throw an extra $250 at it. So, all right. So, all of the fun players go again. So we're going to take Rome here. We CMC plus Travion. Definitely going to take multiple wide receivers. Probably going to take Cooper Kupp here or Pat Bryant. Probably just take Pat Bryant. Yeah, we're going to take Pat Bryant. That way, every player could be available next week. I did the same thing, sir. Like a lot of Adam Swift, Adams Loveland, because absolutely, like I absolutely did the same thing. And I did a couple Josh Allen, Cortland Sutton teams. I did see Sutton fall back around a couple times, but not super often. But it was like Josh Allen, James Cook with Sutton. I did see one guy get Josh Allen, RJ Harvey with Sutton, which, like, to me, like, if I were to pick 3 players to start my draft with, that would be like the third option that I would have of draftable of things you could possibly get. Like Puka Swift Loveland would be the number 1. I think Puka Swift Loveland was possible this week. If you got a Puka at 2 and Loveland fell and then Swift fell as well. I don't think that that's like a completely undrafted combination, but I think it would be unlikely. That would be like my favorite. And then the second would probably be, even though I'm not big on Josh Allen this week, I do think like the Swift or the Harvey plus Sutton and Josh Allen is absolutely the game script that gets Josh Allen there. I might not have any Harvey Sutton. I took Harvey Sutton every time. Every time Harvey fell, I took him, and it was all hoping that Sutton came back around. So I think I got like 2 teams with Harvey Sutton. It was all with like CMC, or not CMC. It was all with like Colston Loveland or something. Like Sutton would fall back around. What's up, Bayou? How we doing? Yeah, so we will go single stack, or I don't love this team. Like the Drake May pick kind of felt out of place based on how the draft ended. But we got CMC, we got Travion, we got Drake May, Caleb Williams, Luther, Rome, Pat Bryant, Cup, Kyle Williams, and Colston Loveland. Not my favorite team for sure. Matt Stafford, Blake Corum, Woody Marks, Jaleel, who I've had in my queue a couple times, but I'm just taking J.K. Dobbins over Jaleel every time, and assuming that if they win next week, Dobbins will have a decent role. Wide receiver, Adams, Sutton, Troy Franklin, Nico. Nico in the last round feels awesome. Dalton Schultz and Higbee. Especially if you have an NFC quarterback, there's very little reason to not take Nico if he's there in the last 2 rounds. Let's go. I'm going to do a mini royale over here on Underdog, and I'm going to join this in 10 seconds for anybody who wants to do a mini royale over on Underdog. Have to get my phone ready. There we go. Silly Underdog. Always screw it. Like, always not allowing you to use it from a web browser. It's great stuff. I get the 101. We're going to take Puka. Zero is here at the 104. Not sure if they're listening. And Bayou at the 102. Congratulations. You can take CMC or JSN. I think I get a feeling you're a JSN guy this week for some reason. I don't know what your rankings are. I think it's arguable CMC or Puka at 1. Like, if Stafford's fully healthy, like, it's absolutely Puka. It's just a question on if he is or not. So we'll see what Bayou wants to do. I know he loves his running back, so I'm going to assume that he takes CMC. Yeah, like I was talking about that a little bit ago. Apparently, Drew Lock practiced with the first team for the last 2 days, and Darnold hasn't thrown a pass since Thursday, I think it is. Let me find it. Sam Darnold hasn't thrown a football since hurting his oblique Thursday. So if he does play, like he's going to play, but he hasn't even tried to throw a ball. That sounds bad. Like that sounds really bad. It sounds really good to somebody with 24% Walker, 18% Charbonnet, and 10% JSN with 22% CMC. It sounds really good to somebody with those exposures. I've also taken 0 Shaheed, so yeah. I'm not hoping that he's hurt, but I kind of thought the game script was going to be running centric anyway. That's so sad. He forgot how to throw a football in 2 days. Absolutely. Oh, it's more the fact that if he didn't even try to throw the ball, it just means he's in a lot of pain, right? It's not that he doesn't know how to throw. It's that he didn't even he was in enough pain he didn't even want to try. Puka Kyron is pretty rare. So we're gonna build the hell out of this with Swift. Absolutely. I absolutely take the Puka Kyron. I've done 3 of these and I have 3 shares of Kyron Williams, and Kyron is not even a guy I really like this week, but I'm absolutely doing this for uniqueness factor. Things like this, like when Sutton gets pulled up, that's when you get falls. I like the pulling Sutton up with Josh Allen though. I think it's super sharp because you reasonably often get players like Kenneth Walker to come back. One of Stevenson, Walker, Swift, Sharbs is usually there. If you're picking at the 4, you take Josh Allen, you can guarantee that. And then almost generally you get a running back, a back. It may not be the one you like. It may be Stevenson, it may be Sharb, it may be I've even seen Swift fall down there. With Swift, you're not necessarily getting different because Sutton does fall here a little, not often. Yeah, he could have. But the way he's probably at least throwing it a couple times on the sideline, and then I don't want to practice kind of stuff. But I'm good to go. It's just that it's pretty negative. It's a pretty negative thing, especially whenever the last time these two teams played, he didn't even need to throw the ball. There was no reason for him to try to throw the ball. So adding that into the mix, it definitely feels a little thinner to me. So Travion goes all the way up there. That's interesting. Travion's the one player I haven't got much of this week. There's 6 players that could burn me this week. Travion's definitely one of them. Christian Kirk's definitely one of them. Woody Marks is definitely one of them. So what do I want to do here? Yeah, let's do this. Let's go Dalton Schultz for sure. And Bayou took May hoping to get him. What? I think I just want the Bo Nix here. I kind of like Bo Nix to get a rushing touchdown this week. Like I had two options there. Number one, to take Schultz, who I have rated above the rest of the people here, or to go May Booty. Like I kind of wanted to go May Booty there. To be honest with you, like to me, but I. So this guy is planning on taking Jaden Higgins here, which makes sense. But I want Pat Bryant on this team. What's up, Bink King? How we doing? Like I've actually taken quite a bit of Naked May this week by you, so that's your one warning. Just so you know, the next time I'm not going to pass May back to you. I have zero problem doing that. Like just taking May without a running or without any stack. I think it's underdone in the contest. So that's your one warning. Next time you have to take May, and then I'll take Diggs. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you take Pat, I just take Jaden Higgins. It's all good. We're actually going to go ahead and take Kayshon Boutte here and do the unstacked Bo Nix thing. So we get Puka Nacua. We got Bo Nix naked with Kyren Williams and the DeAndre Swift bring back in that game. And then we have Kayshon Boutte and Dalton Schultz. Bayou here, Drake May, Hunter Henry, Steph Diggs, with Jaden Higgins as the bring back to that game, and then Sharps and McCaffrey. That's fun too. And then 0, Josh Allen. He brought Cortland Sutton up. I think that's sharp. I've seen a lot more people do it in the mini royale than I did in the earlier contest. I think it's going to be overdone in this contest specifically. Like, I'm not probably going to do it in this contest because the field, I think, has yeah. Well, like, that's something that is probably very rare, right? Like, because Pat Bryant is the go-to there, and Boutte is probably most of my Kayshon Boutte is without Drake May. And the reason why is because I'm going to guess a lot of people are just taking May in the 5th round and then coming back and taking Boutte. So if Naked Boutte is like if Boutte gets there, that doesn't mean Drake May got there. And I think that he's a fine pick with or without May. I just think this field will be underrepresentative of it. All right, so we are going back and we are doing another one. And we're going to join in 10 seconds. Bayou says, I think Hunter Henry is the play. Hunter Henry is once again the double. I'm Dalton Schultz over Hunter Henry. I think it's pretty clear it's Dalton Schultz over Hunter Henry. We'll see. I do agree that Drake May will be running around on the edges. I do agree that he's probably fine. I just think that Hunter Henry is basically the same pick as everyone else that's left. So I'm personally not there, to be honest with you. Hunter Henry is like my least drafted tight end. He's one of the other guys. Like Christian Kirk could screw me pretty bad. Hunter Henry can screw me pretty bad. Who else was it? Shaheed could absolutely wreck me. And there was like one other play that, I mean, I'm 10% on James Cook, Josh Allen, or 10% on James Cook. I think I'm like 15 Josh Allen. So we got Car Park and Smirnad, or I don't even know how to pronounce that. What is that? Smirinda. I got the 104. Yeah, like I'm much more into Jaden Higgins than I am Christian Kirk. I'm just gonna buy a full week of practice without Nico, him taking the Nico role. CJ Stroud likes that role. He's had connections with Higgins on big plays before. I also don't think the Texans are going to be able to run very well on the Patriots with Milton Williams back. There's just a lot of things that lead me to the passing game there, which is weird because, like, Stroud is the only guy who doesn't have rushing upside, right? Yeah, we're going to take Devontae Adams here. To be honest, I've been wanting Houston to throw to Kirk all year. I mean, I've thought that they should probably do it more than they have. I will say that. I like Christian Kirk as a player. With Gonzalez back in the game, though, I just think the Patriots defense is really good. CJ Stroud in the first round, guys. We're about to see some shit. I don't know what you guys were expecting, but I don't think it was this. Optimal lineup incoming. CJ Stroud in the first. With Cooper Kupp. Very interesting indeed. We're about to get some crazy shit over there with Puka. What he's not going to get is Colston Loveland. My single favorite pairing on the board this week is what can make your draft worse than taking CJ Stroud in the first? Cooper Kupp in the second is probably one of the best answers to that question. Yes, if this gets thrown out, I would have zero issue. Like, absolutely zero issue. The guy's even got a badge. I mean, if he's from Houston, why'd he take Cooper Kupp? Like, I think he's from Mars. Like, or Vikes Queen. Maybe it's, like, I don't know. Vikes Queen over here is definitely not your average drafter. Definitely thinking outside the box. They heard uniqueness, and now Steph Diggs goes there. Like, am I going to get Swift on this team? That would be, like, I'm not, because they won't let that happen. But that would be fantastic. Because if I get Swift, I'm guaranteed to get Caleb. Like, if they don't take Caleb, I'm guaranteed Caleb, right? Because Josh Allen and CJ Stroud went on the other side of me. So, like, I definitely get one of these guys. And he's auto drafting. So, I don't get the super, super fun thing. But I will get that, and I will get Caleb Williams on the way back around. So, I mean, this team is fun, but yes, I agree. It should probably get thrown out. I would have zero issue if 30 seconds after this draft is completed, Brett's like, hey man, we can't have that. we can't allow that. Sorry. Tutu Atwell. Also, like, I know the 3 wide receivers I want on this are unstacked CJ Stroud with Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore, and Tutu Atwell. Um, that is absolutely what I would want. Yeah, like definitely, like that's how I'm gonna play my CJ Stroud team is unstack CJ Stroud with Cooper Kupp and Tutu Atwell. Oh man, hold on, yeah, like it's not like anymore. Exactly, like one of these things, one of the things not like the other, right? Which one of these, which one of these 6 lineups stands out to you guys? I was the only Swift voter in your choose the weapon poll. I like Swift. Like he can't even take Christian Kirk, who's gonna fall, right? Like he can't do it. He's not allowed to do that. Maybe I take Christian Kirk here. Maybe this is my Christian Kirk team. The problem is that I kind of want to go with a double tight end here with Dalton Schultz. But I'm going to take Christian Kirk. And then if Travion comes back, we take him. I think I'm fine with any of these 3. I was just saying, I think I want a little more Kyle Monangai. I think this team would make sense with Monangai. But Bink seems to think that they should be able to run. Are we getting a Kyle Juszczyk? My guess is a Kyle Juszczyk here from Bikes Queen. What do we think? Put it in the chat. What do you think? Oh, he at least they stacked CJ Stroud. All is good. Maybe they know what they're doing. This feels like a Brian Robinson. I was pretty close on the Juszczyk shout there, though. I'm gonna give myself like a quarter of a credit on that. Fan for life says, all right, this team that should probably be thrown out. We have Caleb Williams to Colston Loveland, Devontae Adams bring back, Kenneth Walker, Travion, and Christian Kirk. If nothing else, this draft was a lot of fun. Yeah, so we're gonna move on over to. Actually, we're gonna do another one of those. That was, if nothing else, that was fun. I'm gonna join another one, and I'm gonna join it in 10 seconds. For anybody who is wanting to save me from absolute chaos. And if you're just joining, if you could smash the like. The location error always gets the boo and interrupts anything that I was doing. If you could smash the like, that'd be fantastic. We got one more to start. We get the 104, the worst spot on the board once again. Shakir had 6+ reception in 5 straight playoff games, I believe. And that's his line, isn't it? You used to get even money on 5.5. I think it's down to like 8 point something on CJ's. I think it's down to 8 point something. We're back to even. After this, let's build a pick'em. I do like Shakir 5.5 receptions over, by the way. It went back down because people heard that Surtain is supposed to go into the slot a little bit this week, which is bad news for Shakir. But Shakir, like, he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage. That's what he does, right? And then he shakes people. That's always been his game. That will never not be his game. So, come on, CJ Stroud. KD 24. You want CJ Stroud. I could feel it. I can feel it in my bones. That's what you want. That's what you're going to get. Josh Allen, we will take CMC at the 104. That's good enough. You passed the test, sir. You passed the test. You gave me CMC at the 104. Maybe I can get a CMC Loveland or CMC RJ Harvey here. Let's see. I think Hot Scissors has been doing a lot of Cook Harvey. I've seen them do that a lot. A lot of my James Cook is actually RJ Harvey teams. Yeah, we'll take some CMC Colston Loveland here. This might be a 3 wide receiver build. We will see. I might wait till the last round to take quarterback on this team. I need to build out. Like, I've only done 2 CJ Stroud teams. I've actually done as many CJ Stroud teams though as I've done Sam Darnold. So that is something. The Matt Stafford with JSN. I feel like a couple people are out here auto drafting right now because it looks like it might overlay. What are we at right now? We're at 54% full with an hour to go, right? So it might overlay. That 54% is 2,000 drafts, basically. Like, it needs to get to like 2,500 drafts. Yeah, we'll take Courtland Sutton back here. That's fantastic. I actually don't have a whole lot of Bo Nix with Courtland Sutton this week. I much prefer the running backs on that side of the board: Stevenson, Charbonnet, Swift, Kenneth Walker. And if Kyron falls down to that side, I do really like him over Nix. So, or over Courtland Sutton. So this is kind of where I think Sutton should go. The Josh Allen drafter pulled Josh Allen up and then didn't do the bring back with Courtland Sutton, which is a little weird. I'm going to hope that this drafter over here doesn't want Bo Nix. I think I definitely want one of these two. We're going to go. Yeah, we're going to go with Luther here. And we either get Bo Nix or Caleb Williams back, right? I would prefer Caleb here. If we can get Caleb Williams, I get the double stack. I don't have a Ram, but unless this drafter here wants to have Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum, I'm probably going to get Blake Corum on the team as the bring back if I get Caleb. If I get Bo Nix, I'm going to go 3 wide receivers though. So it's all kind of what happens here. I mean, I guess the 2-hole could take Blake Corum, could pull him up. But just based on how the draft has went and who is available, like I just take my quarterback with the next round. And then unless that guy wants to fully commit, like this guy gets to make his decision now. So he does take Bo Nix. He sends me Caleb Williams. That means the guy at the 5-hole has to choose to pass me last round TreVeyon Henderson. or to have Kyron, Adams, and Blake Corum. I don't mind Kyron and Adams together, or Kyron and Corum together. I don't know if I want both of them and a pass catcher. Not on the draft games. On like, I can see the argument for it on like DK for salary stuff. So, I mean, if he takes Blake Corum and I get Travion back, that's fantastic. I do think I prefer Corum here to Travion, but I'm not positive. What do you guys think in the chat? Which do you think is the better pick here? Do you take Travion or do you take Corum? I think you take Corum because you have the double stack. So yeah, I get Blake Corum back. I love this draft is awesome. Something a little weird happened, but it's not CJ Stroud, right? Like, that's defensible. It's not something I'm doing, but it's defensible. So we get Caleb Williams, CMC, Blake Corum, Sutton, Burden, and Colston Loveland. That feels really good. This is the first time I've seen Caleb Williams fall all the way down the board. That feels awesome. These lobbies feel really good right now, so we're going to continue these. I'm going to join another one, and I'm going to join in 10 seconds. And yeah, the half-point PPR is much different. I'm getting to like 10% or so on Blake Corum. Or on Shakir, but we'll just look at my exposures real quick. Yeah, I got 11%. I have more Shakir than Sutton. I think they're basically the same play, and Shakir goes an entire round later. I do need to set my swap ranking. I'm not even going to worry about my swap rankings. I'll probably just pull Jaden Higgins all the way to the top is what I'll do. And call it at that. We got the 102. And that's it. It's all badges in this one. I don't think we're going to get anything crazy here. We got the half point PPR versus full PPR. Like, I do have Shakir rated quite a bit more, or quite a bit higher in on drafters. Oh, I said I was going to do a pick'em after this. That's my bad. I will remember to jump into that next. Yeah, I'm like, we're fine being overweight on CMC. That is absolutely fine. In the chat, type in things that you guys like. We'll build a chat pick'em. The last time we had a chat pick'em, it either hit or it was one off. I think it hit. 2 weeks ago, I think we hit our chat pick'em. So let us know. Like, basically, like, we took ideas from the chat. I personally love the Shakir 5.5. Prater over 1.5 field goals. That's super smart as well. I'm building it in another screen, and we can I'll keep this up, the draft board, and I'll stay on the draft, but we can discuss a pick'em while we're doing it. RJ Harvey goes at 4. This guy's pretty bullish on that Ed Oliver news, apparently. All right, so Like right here's a place I would take. I'll take Sutton here, I guess. I need a little bit more. Like I need a little bit more Sutton. I don't love it, but I'll let the guy at the one hole decide which ones of these running backs I like or I get, or I'll not take him. Let's go. Let's go dive in on this one. Let's go Ramondre here, and then like, we're gonna build something a little different this time. We're gonna go Ramondre, and we're gonna pull up. We're gonna pull up Drake May as well. We're gonna be the weird one this time. I know you can get Drake May later, but I'm doing this to force myself to get a little different. I'm planning on taking Kayshon Boutte later, and I'm going to get Dalton Schultz on the way back. I might double stack. I might try to go like Christian Kirk or Jaden Higgins with Dalton Schultz and then Kayshon Boutte. Just build out a full game. Like, I've been avoiding that game a lot, so getting a team like this would make some sense. If Hunter Henry falls back, I'll take him. And I don't expect him to fall back, though. For some reason, a lot of people like Bayou and do actually think that he's the number 2 tight end this week. I've fully committed to it being Dalton Schultz. And honestly, like, I think I just take Christian Kirk and let the one hole decide, because Kirk's the player I want more, I think, here. We're about to get another draft where Caleb falls, and he did not. Got it. So if we take Hunter Henry, yeah, I think I do want to do Dalton Schultz and Christian Kirk. And if considering that we're planning on going with Kayshon Boutte at the end here, or we could, we'll go ahead and take Kirk there. And Drake May, like, Ramondre's caught a touchdown 2 of the last 3 weeks. So, and before that, he was hurt. And while he's been healthy, he's been used a lot. All right, now time to clinch for the rest of the draft. See if we can land Boutte in the last round. Do we have any other options there for the pick'ems? We're going to use my 50% boost or my 40% boost on this one too whenever we get there. Some of the lines I like, I've bet a couple times. Like, I really like Pat Bryant over 31.5 yards, or 33. I've bet it multiple times. I like RJ Harvey longest rush over 13.5. I feel like that's pretty good. And I love Colston Loveland targets. Like, the Colston Loveland targets is like, I've probably bet it too much. Where is his targets? Like, if you scale him to 10 targets, which he's cleared the last three ballots, it's 2.5x. which feels pretty nice. All right, let's see what they do here. It looked like they were auto drafting earlier, so I'm going to assume they take somebody near the top here. Or we'll see who their last round scroll pick is that they auto. Jaden Higgins, okay. So we get Drake May stacked with Booty and Ramondre, a CMC team, and then a double bring back with Dalton Schultz and Christian Kirk. Not bad, not bad. All right, we're over here on the Pick'em. We can't obviously do only Bills. So we're going to collapse all here. Let's look at the Buffalo game first. Like, I like those things. Is there anything else that you guys like? Like the longest rush is up to 14.5, which is positive for me. But like, I've scaled it to 19 a couple times at a higher multiplier. We got Bo Nix rushing touchdown is very interesting as well. I don't see a whole lot else there that I like, and I've personally bet the over longest a couple times. So we'll look over here at this game. Ricky Pearsall at 26 yards is a telling sign. That's a very telling sign. And I think Tonjes is at like 22 yards. He's at 36. Why was I thinking it was 22? Shaheed 23.5. Shakir under 50.5. We're doing Shakir over receptions on this one. Which I could see under 50.5 as like, but I like his receptions a lot. And I think that the reason I like him is because I think he may not get a whole lot of yards. Like, that was one of them that, like, what does the chat think? Do you like Shakir over receptions, or do you like Shakir under yards? Yeah. B-Rob over 6.5 rushing yards feels free, right? Like that feels really good. You get 2x for 15 yards. I'll be doing that in my spare time, unless you guys want to spice that up. Like, do you guys want to spice it up, or do you guys want to do we want a 2x there, or do we want the 6.5 yards? I think B-Rob 15 is a reasonable thing. Like, he didn't have a single attempt last week, and he only had 9 yards the week before. So I think the 6.5 is the correct way to do that. So we have one vote here. What else do you guys want to avoid Shakir? Do you guys like it receptions over? Do you like his under? What do you like? Varner over rushing is actually super smart. Yeah, I like the Varner over on rushing as well. We'll collapse that. We're going to look at the Houston-New England game now. Like, Ramondre touchdown being plus money. What do you think of that? Like, Ramondre plus money on a touchdown, or his receiving yards? Like, he's crushed that. Like, he beat that number. He's beat that number every one of his last 5 games. I kind of like Ramondre's receiving prop there. because they've been trolling us with the Travion stuff. Anybody opposed to that? Best of B-Rob, he gets nothing. Yeah, he got nothing last week for sure. I really like the Barner line. We'll remove the Shakir. I really like the Prater line. I like the B-Rob. I think that's fun. Where are you guys at on the Patriots game? Dalton Schultz receptions feel pretty free as well, 4.5. What's his targets at? 6.5 targets. I like his receptions a lot. If we look at the recent trends, I guess he's not really got there on receptions. I really like it though. This week specifically, the way New England plays defense, I do think that Schultz, like, they're not good against tight ends. They haven't been good against tight ends. So that's going to be my pick for this. Diggs overs in a revenge spot. We can look at that. Which one do you like? The yards or the longest? I kind of like just the receiving yards on him, right? I will agree there. I like the Diggs over. He almost always performs in revenge spots. And then the Rams game, I pretty much like all the overs in this game, all over the place, except for Kyron stuff. So pick a path here. I'm cool with it. I've got a lot bet on Loveland already. Where's Roma Dunze? Like, if I were to take any lower on the weekend, Ricky Pearsall and Roma Dunze unders would be where I would be at. Just with the narrative of they try to play hurt, they can't really get it done. So at this point, we have a 32x with a 40% profit boost with Prater, B-Rob, Barner. We can remove Schultz if you guys don't like Schultz as well. And Stephon Diggs. I like the other four a lot. I like Schultz myself. I don't know how you guys feel about it. And like, I really like Blake Corum over on rushing too. They're favored by 4.5. He's hit that number 3 of the last 4 games, or 4 of the last 5 games. I personally like the Blake Corum over a little bit, although the Bears are really bad versus the pass and not as bad versus the run. So that's kind of why I'm much into Devontae Adams and Puka this week. I mean, if he's healthy, I agree. Like, I don't know if he's healthy is the only thing, because he didn't look healthy last week. Terrence Ferguson, 7.5 yards. What do we think? That feels good, don't it? Terrence Ferguson, 7.5 receiving yards. Every time he's been healthy, they get him on the field. I think I like this line in this game the most. Any objections to anything here? Dalton Schultz, Terrence Ferguson, any objections? Let me know. I'm about to just put $10 on it on a 40% profit boost. That pays $566. What's a flex do? A flex still pays 416 on all of them, and you win 3 times your money if we get. Yeah, so this is a six leg parlay basically. I kind of like removing Schultz here, making it a more reasonable. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and remove Schultz. And yeah, I'll share it in the Discord. I removed Schultz, and we are gonna get the location error. Are you kidding me? Okay. 1 second. I gotta put this whole thing in on my phone. Thanks, Underdog. Thank you, Underdog. Thanks a lot. Glad you can work super, super well for us. Prater, Brian Robinson over 6.5. Ferg with 7.5 receiving yards. Did that just go up? No, that's what it was. Diggs. Stephon Diggs over on receiving yards. AJ Barner. The rushing, like the over 1 rushing yard is super fun on him. And that is it. A 40% boost, $10. It wouldn't let me. I will share this to my Discord. It's in the Pick'em section on the Discord. Hopefully I can go there and copy that and can I copy this? Let me know if this works. Like, try to click this in this chat and tell me if this works. I assume it's the same link. But anyway, we are going back to a draft. We're going to go ahead and chase this overlay a little bit. We're going to join another mini Royale here. And we're going to join it in 10 seconds. Actually, it's probably going to fill. But I'm still going to do some. Boo. How? Boo. Location errors everywhere today. All right. We are 4 of 6. This might be the last one we do. I've had a good time today drafting. We got the 105. Link works. Hey, sweet. That's good to know. Also, if you're just in here and you're enjoying the content and you're not subbed, if you could sub, that would be fantastic. And also, please smash that like. We're gonna calm things down a little bit with a little bit of this. Let's look over on Drafters as well to see where the second chance is it might not fill. It's like 400 away with 14 minutes left. So I will probably do a couple of those. I'll do one of those after this for sure. TP Polak, I see them in rooms all the time. James Cook. We'll do a Josh Allen, RJ Harvey team if we can here. Like, I'm fine with, like, I personally think that there's a drop off at Harvey to Kyren. I think the ADPs are pretty close now. Like, I do kind of think that James Cook is in this tier. I just like him at the bottom of this tier, and he gets drafted at the top of this tier. Like, I'm trying to give the guy the Adams Loveland so I can get the Josh Allen Harvey. So, yeah, I will definitely be doing another pick 'em later, but I still have to do a I have a day to do this other one. It's a 50% boost, so all right. It worked out. That guy was auto drafting, so it absolutely worked out. I need to keep in mind that he's auto drafting for what I want to do in the next rounds. But yeah, Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, like, it feels like if Josh Allen's optimal, it's absolutely going to be Harvey or Sutton with him. Like, I do have a fair amount of teams with Josh Allen, Pat Bryant, because I didn't get Harvey and Sutton didn't fall back. So my go-to is that. I don't have very much Troy Franklin. This could end up being a Troy Franklin team. We will see. Definitely want one of those two guys if they come back. We will absolutely do that. Thank you. Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, DeAndre Swift. Can't be mad about that. Absolutely can't be mad about that. Yeah, this is fun. The problem is I'm probably going to take another bear, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, and then hopefully Kincaid makes it all the way back. We're going to take Luther here. This guy's about to take Caleb Williams. So, like, he's auto drafted, and he's going to auto draft into a really solid team, it looks like. So, yeah, we do get Luther Burden. So we have Swift, Burden, RJ Harvey, Josh Allen, and we're going to take Kincaid if he makes it back around. If not, we might just switch over and take Higbee to have a bring back in that game and have nobody on the Bills, or take Key. Like, I am not taking Keon. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take Keon Coleman. I am 100% okay if Keon Coleman beats me. If Keon Coleman's what beats me, it's fine. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to ruin a team that is very, very rare on the field here with Swift, Harvey, Josh Allen by taking Keon Coleman. We are not ruining that. Like, hell, we may just take DJ Moore. Like, I'm going to take... giving this guy who's auto-drafting DJ Moore feels bad, doesn't it? But we're going to take Kincaid, and then we're going to take Jaden Higgins. Like, this guy's about to get a monster squad. Oh, he's going to take Jaden Higgins too, isn't he? I wasn't even thinking. But he would have taken Kincaid unless he has his... I mean, honestly, if I have to reach down for Pat Bryant, we'd... Oh, he's not auto-drafting. Yeah, I'll take DJ Moore here. I'll take every bear with that start, I guess. I think Jaden Higgins is the smarter play, honestly. Like, I can see a path where Luther Burden, Swift is what you need. Yeah, okay. I'm glad he did that. So we got Josh Allen, RJ Harvey, DeAndre Swift, Luther, Kincaid, and Higgins. Like, having Swift, Burden, and DJ Moore with a Josh Allen team feels less likely to be optimal than a Caleb team with that, right? Like, a lot less optimal. I think with the one is fine, but I probably would have taken more, even though just because of rarity reasons. We are going to come over to Drafters, and we're going to draft a second chance whenever this pops over into a new lobby. We're going to jump into that. So pay attention to that. Fresh lobby for the Who Crew. And join. And this, there's only 6 minutes left in this. There's going to be a little bit of overlay, not a whole lot. Couple hundred spots, like maybe 200 spots at the end. I could multi-table these, but I'm just here chilling. We got Pepper Tony at the 106. I got the 104. Corey Drellick at the 102. What's up? If you're listening, Corey. So we've done more of these than we thought. We didn't get to, like, we almost actually we're going to multi-table these. That's 23. No, we're not. So I'm going to be like 2 away from the milestone. I'm fine with that. The milestone giving you a free draft. And by the way, this just in. JSN Pick'em. Reduced odds Pick'em here on Drafters for JSN for the night game. We could cook something up on here. I really, really like Brandon Cook over on receiving yards. I also like Shakir's over on receptions. We could do Brock Purdy with an interception. They're not going to take Brock Purdy's interception here. We'll look at that in a minute. We are about to pick Drake May goes. We'll take Josh Allen here. We've done very few Josh Allen teams, so this will be like the third one out of 25. I've mostly taken CMC ahead of him. So I don't expect James Cook to come back. But Pepper Tony's trying to do his part. The problem is that the CMC guy will take James Cook every time here. But they're thinking about it. They're thinking about going to RJ Harvey here. They did. All right, we get Josh Allen, James Cook. So that works out pretty well. Now we're interested in the draft. Right? Like now it perks up a little bit. Okay, what can happen here? In about 45 minutes, we're going to either be super happy or super sad about this team. But yeah, like hopefully, like I don't think Shakir will make it back, but obviously if he does, that is fantastic. I didn't recommend the Brandin Cooks earlier because of based on the pick'em, because I've already shared a bunch of pick'ems with him in it, and I just don't want to continue to just bang the same drum. And Colson, like, all right, we got our so drafters generally limit your free picks to $10 entries. We'll see if they did that this time. Yeah, $10. So all right, so I will share that here in a minute. So what we did is we went Brandin Cooks. Like I'll just bring it up on the Drafters app and post it into the Discord. It's easier that way. I don't know. They don't have a share button here. On the website for some reason. But this is what I went with. Oh, it's my pick now. As soon as I switch screens, Pepper Tony's like, oh, time to pick. All right, so yeah, we'll take DeAndre Swift here. All right, so the pick'em, Brandin Cooks, we got Brandin Cooks over 28.5, Colson Loveland over 57.5, JSN over on the reduced 67.5, and Pat Bryant over 32.5, all receiving yards. $10 pays 100, I believe it was. Yeah. A $10 bet is all you can do on that. It pays out 100, but that is what I have. That's just basically a bet that I've made a couple different times. In some manner, those are the bets I've went to, mixing in RJ Harvey longest rush or total yards on RJ Harvey. Those are my favorite picks this week for sure. Man, I'm just allowed to get every single bill. That's awesome. Gotta love it whenever a room allows you to do something that makes sense. It makes the draft so much more fun. So we're going to stop at James Cook and DeAndre Swift. We're also going to stop at Josh Allen. We're probably going to go 2 tight end and 5 receiver is what I think we'll do. If DJ Moore makes it to us, we're going to take DJ Moore. Pal World here, or Pal World. What is it? World Prid. Yeah, they're staying in their lane. I'm staying on my lane. Pepper Tony's staying in his lane. And then over here, everybody's kind of staying in their lane. Corey Drellick getting the Caleb Williams fall. Like, if the Bears get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be very, very hard for teams that didn't take Caleb Williams, in my eyes, to win in this. Because Caleb Williams is the pivot off of every stack that doesn't work. So, like, he goes so much later than he needs to. Like, right there, I would not have taken Kirk. I would have taken Caleb, but maybe he's planning on going into both of them. Like, I respect the push with zero. Like, I don't understand the risk with the push, though. I probably would have went. No, I mean, he gets it. And he's got to hope to get CJ Stroud back, right? I'm going to guess he also wants CJ Stroud by taking Christian Kirk there because he's got Marks and Kirk. He doesn't take. Okay. I mean, that works for me. I wasn't planning on taking a second quarterback, but I will. I absolutely will do that. If Josh Allen has a bad game, if James Cook has a monster game in the Super Bowl, Josh Allen's less likely to. And Caleb, DJ Moore, Swift could be what you need. I would think it's going to go more through Loveland or something. This is a team I would love to get Rome back on. And then just two hopeful point getters down there. Peppertoni ruining my dreams. Not only takes Rome Odunze, also takes Pat Bryant. Gotta love it. We'll take Jaden Higgins here. I like Higgins quite a bit as a guy to just get some points. I might end up taking like Zacchaeus in the last round here. We'll go ahead and queue that up. And Kincaid only does feel thin. I will admit that. But Kincaid plus Knox could be fun. Yeah, this, however, guys, this is what I'm paying the rate big time in these. That's Peppertoni. You've only done 3, so you've only paid some of the rake. So at least you're not paid all of it. At least look at the positives there. Yeah, I mean, it took me about 6 or 7 drafts in these to like finally figure out what the flow was. I don't know if I really. Yeah, we'll definitely take Keon here. Am I okay with just? Oh, so Knox went. So yeah, we're definitely just gonna take another wide receiver here. Zacchaeus probably feels fine. Yeah, so we'll have Jaden Higgins as an advanced rate piece. Hutchinson, I'm having a hard time getting to. I mean, if the Rams play, or if I can't really take Ricky Pearsall. Yeah, I can. I'm going to take Ricky P here. No, I can't. I gotta make sure to get the second stacking partner or the third piece with Caleb. But anyway, I will not review Peppertoni's team. He doesn't act like he wants me to. We'll go over my team, and then I'm going to log off. We got Josh Allen and Caleb Williams. We got Caleb, a 12-pick discount on Caleb. James Cook, DeAndre Swift, Shakir, DJ Moore, Jaden Higgins, Keon Coleman, Zacchaeus, and solo Dalton Kincaid. Very scary down there, but it feels fine. Thank everybody for coming out. I'm going to be popping around to the Discord for the next couple hours. Good luck on all your bets. Good luck on all your sweats. Probably be talking in the Hangout section for some halftime pick'ems and stuff. I'll see everybody probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to guess Monday this week since there's no Monday night game. I will definitely be live to talk about how the weekend went. Have a great night. Peace.